Why don't you just teleport there?
Because I'm in a car.
Jump out of the car first.
Alright, so the ELS system, not a lot of front-facing stuff has been changed about it. Thank you, David. Thank you so much. Teleport to me again.
I thought you said you were getting out the car, like Paul said.
So ELS system, not a lot of front-end stuff has been changed, but I'm gonna present everything in the game as if you guys have never seen it before. Because there probably are some people who have A, never been to the old stream, and 2, have never seen the video, or at least never watched it fully through. Because if I were me, I wouldn't be watching a 53-minute video if it wasn't live, and I wasn't able to like interact with the person showing the game. So once again, we can show ELS. Here's stage 1. Stage 1 will only shine the back, not the front. It'll have a TA on. It'll just flash back and forth, and whatever rear-facing lights there are on the vehicle. Stage 2 will be a slower pattern, but more consistent, where it'll light up all the lights on the vehicle. And then stage 3 would also use the high beams in the pattern. That would be a more complicated pattern that's more visible to see. And then these are all controlled by keybinds, so you can go up into the top right here. I can click 1, 2, or 3, right? And whatever I want to click, but if I press J, it'll cycle through the lighting controls. So I can do light pattern 1, light pattern 2, light pattern 3, and then if I press it again, it turns off. And then same thing with the advisories. They're buttons, I can click them all I want, but I can also start pressing K. It'll cycle through them. First it'll do left, it'll do center, and it'll do right. Then I press it again, it'll turn off. Same thing with the sirens. I can click them, but I can press Y, it'll cycle through them. Whale, yelp, priority, and off. And if we want to use manual, you can either click the button like this, or you can press T. Just to make sure you guys can actually hear it, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Square,
we can
you
hear it.
want to edit the link real quick?
Well, for the stream?
Yeah, I had to
Send
turn
me
it
the new
down
link
to
real
1080.
quick.
Wait, so everyone else has stream audio?
If you're watching
If it's muted, check the bottom right, make sure it actually isn't muted.
So if you're watching the one that I'm hosting, it won't have sound.
Well, I'm watching Squares and it doesn't have sound.
Yeah,
Check
Square should
bottom
definitely
right.
have sound.
you should have the
It's not
muted
muted.
volumes.
That would be an issue on your end. Go ahead and publish that for all the people watching. Alright, on to the next. We've gone over advisors, lighting control, and siren control. Next are the alleys. It's on the left and right of the light bar. Left alley and right alley. They're just the lights on the sides for better visibility, especially if it gets darker in the woodland areas. MDT will show at the end. Floodlights will light the entire light bar. Takedown will only do the middle. Auxiliary is your steady burn lights. So if you turn on your auxiliary or steady burns, it'll just keep the lights on. This is for if you're like sitting on the side of a road and you want it to be visible, or at least these are like the real life applications.
So how will the arrest system work? Is it like instantly with the GUI, or do you have to bring people to the station?
You have to bring people to the station, but we'll show that later.
That's good.
Will there be a military
You can
base?
actually show it on. Yeah, that's actually we have an armory for the National Guard here.
Yeah.
So like I
Okay.
said, hold control. You get the interact menu as a police officer. You have a lot of options here. Mostly you get revive if they're down. You get search if you can search the person. You have the sight option to sight somebody, and you have the option to handcuff them. You don't get the option to drag unless you have them handcuffed. So let's show the searching first. So if I were to search David, I get a UI on my screen, and he gets a UI on his screen where it says, stop, hold on, don't press anything, David. I get a UI on my screen where it says you are awaiting Dev Gralius' response, whoever I'm searching. He gets a UI on his screen that looks the same, but it says officer name, wishes to search your person. Do you comply to a search? And then there's also a disclaimer that says the officer may override their permission if they have the legal means to do so. So I'm not sure if you guys know how to, or if you guys know how real law enforcement works, but that'll be ported over basically here through LETC, which is the Law Enforcement Training Center program. You'll learn more about this. I'm not going to explain it here. This isn't a crash course on probable cause and shit. But I can either cancel and not search him, or I can override his consent. And once I override, I get to see his inventory of his person and my inventory. Now, David has a flashlight. I can take that and put that in my inventory, and I can take stuff from my inventory and transfer it to his.
I got a gun now.
Yeah, but I'm taking that away. You can have your
I feel
flashlight.
like that'll be abused.
That's probable cause.
Hey man, it's a way to deal. If you want to deal, you get permanently blacklisted from the game, so I don't recommend it. And then we have the next option, which is citing. If we cite somebody, we get the nice citation UI, and we pull out the clipboard on our screen. We start ambiently writing as we're writing a citation for somebody. Citation amount can be 100 through 1,000. You choose that. And then the offense comes up to a predetermined list that we have on a Google Sheets board that gets grabbed from David's website. We get to choose what we get to cite him for. Except on our layout, there's it shows all the charges, and then there's a citation field and there's an arrest field. And later down the road, it'll detect if it's a citable charge, and if it's not a citable charge. For instance, I shouldn't be able to cite for murder, right? You're not gonna cite somebody for first-degree murder, but you can for now. And then you would describe what happened, which would be taught to you if you wanted to become a law enforcement officer. Once you submit, same thing as Mayflower or like a Gmod server. If you get a citation, you have to pay it within 30 minutes. If you don't pay it within 30 minutes, you get an arrest warrant. Next would be handcuffing. When you handcuff somebody, first of all, if they're running away from you, you can't handcuff them. That's a balancing issue. So you either have to get them stopped by tasing them or have them comply. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and handcuff David. If we handcuff David, I play an animation of cuffing somebody. David plays an animation of getting cuffed, and he gets a red icon above his head that says he is handcuffed. So if this guy goes down and he's ragdolled, you can tell he's still in handcuffs through the icon. And right now is a good example of I cannot revive this guy if I don't have a med kit or a med bag. So let me go ahead.
Dance. Is that icon only for law enforcement?
No, icon for everybody, so everybody can know if you're handcuffed.
If they're arrested, what happens if they log?
If they log, I'll get an alert in the bottom right saying this player has logged. Click this alert if you would like to book them. So it doesn't instantly come onto your screen. And let's say they rejoin the game and you press book, they get teleported to jail. If you do it out of game, they get teleported to jail. So there's a few protections on it. There's a few games that do not do that right.
You should make it so then it automatically sends it to a moderator too.
No, if they get jailed, then they wouldn't get any action for it. If they were to like log and then like someone's UI bugs out or they don't get the UI or they don't get the alert, something like that, then yeah, that would be punishable. Just like for leaving to avoid arrest in DC, like which we call arrest logging. So if you have a suspect in handcuffs, in order to jail them, you have to transport them to a station, bring them to the booking computer. In fact, we don't have to use this station. You guys have seen this in plenty of screenshots. I'm sure you're very bored of it at this point. We never show you any other parts of the map, so let's go ahead and do that now.
That's epic. That's epic.
So we'll take you to Sterling. Sterling has a substation for the sheriff's office where we can book somebody.
Yo, sir, what city is this? Is this Elton or something?
This is Palmer. Elton is not created yet. That's the big city. This is Palmer, and right now we're going to Sterling.
Is Palmer where you, like everyone was spawning at, or what?
We have not determined how civs or visitors and stuff will spawn yet.
Do the street lights react to emergency lights?
No. If you're talking about street lights as in like night lights, they turn on at night, yes.
No, I meant like the stoplights.
Oh, the traffic lights won't change.
Traffic lights.
As they shouldn't. That would be a little stupid.
In my town, when you have your lights on, you're going at it, it turns green on your side.
Yeah, but that's dope in this.
I don't think it's crap.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but man, you're talking into a tin can with a string.
Oh, can you show us the
My car!
Yeah, that'll be showed eventually.
Can one of us make a tweet about how square and like
slow it down, bro. Not that serious.
Oh, I think you. Okay.
Alright, here we go.
How big is this map?
So it's about
Last time I think they said it's 6 times a Mayflower or something like that.
6 times
Oh,
DC.
no way.
Yeah, 6 times DC.
This map is bigger than my divorce.
We don't know how big Mayflower is because we don't have like
This map's
a
bigger
clear
than
map,
European.
right?
But according to Twitter, you play Mayflower a lot. How do you not know how big Mayflower is?
Oh yeah, I forgot we measured it all.
Also, I'm just gonna say this before it actually happened.
Can you risk for quitting?
Alright, so whenever you get booked, you'll actually go to the cell you close someone, like you're close to, But right now, it's just going to send me back to Palmer.
Yeah, it's going to
Everybody's
send me back to
watching.
Palmer. At some point, we're going to have a prison that people get automatically teleported to. We don't have a prison yet, so like all the holding cells and all the stations and substations are where your suspects will go once they get arrested.
Wait a minute, do you have streaming enabled on here? Because that's going to lag like hell.
No, streaming enabled is not. Is not.
Is there
a whole arrest warrant? What'd you arrest warrant me for? Oh, escape.
I have no clue. That was for testing or anything.
Yeah, for the.
Oh yeah, you have a warrant for escape.
Wait,
so
you also post bail?
No, there's no bail. Absolutely no bail.
So I have a question. So, as far as the economy, are you all going to allow people to purchase currency for the game, or does it have to be earned?
No.
No, there's going to be no purchasing currency. There's also going to be no grind jobs on release because if we come up with a grind job, let's say we make a spin-off of a FedEx or a Amazon Prime or something like that, and you deliver boxes to houses, or we do something like that where it's like a delivery job. We have to add a lot more protections on it than you guys think, because if we don't, there's just going to be people who hop on alts, they're going to do the job, they're going to teleport to the places where they need to drop it off, they're going to instantly get money, and they're going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and then transferring it to their mates.
Is there going to be transfer limits?
No, there's going to be no transfer limits, but there's going to be a very small cap. So you're not going to be able to have what I have right now, $208,000 in my bank.
Oh.
Did you get that from Rob?
No, that's just for us to test stuff and purchase.
Mm-hmm.
FinCEN is not going to work here. This is the county.
Wait, say that again a little bit louder.
Yes, if FinCEN is going to have a purpose here.
FinCEN's not going to have a team here. At least not for the foreseeable future.
This is county. This isn't associated with DC.
Are we going to have any game passes similar to DC or Vegas?
There's going to be game passes, but there's not going to be like, oh, car pack, oh, this, oh, that, oh, health advantage. The only game pass we have planned so far is, the only game passes that are going to be in this game are going to be fully cosmetic. Like, for example, the only game pass we have right now is actually a dev product, and it's just if you want a custom plate, you can buy it for a very small amount of Robux. Because when you buy a vehicle, you get a unique plate that you can run, and it comes back to you. It comes back with the make, the model, the color, and then who's the registered owner. And let's say your name is, I don't know, like Bill. And you want the custom plate with Bill, or Bill is cool, or whatever fits within like the maximum character limit, you can buy that. So you would be able to have custom plates. But that's the only Game Pass or dev product that we have planned so far.
Will there be like a courthouse or any like official building?
There's a courthouse inside the sheriff's office in Palmer, but there's no separate one. The separate one will go into Milton, which still is not created yet. It won't be out for release at all. Like that section of the map will be blocked off for when the map comes out, when it comes into like its paid access phase.
Do you know how much that will be?
I have no clue yet.
Can I buy a house?
$1,000 USD for each developer.
Can I buy a house?
We've explained
Mom,
the
I
housing
need your credit
requirement,
card.
but that's also not coming out on release. That's an after release thing.
Can I buy a house in the game?
Sane, is that you?
Can I buy a house?
You want to get banned? Because you already know all this.
Can I buy a house though?
No, not at the moment. We've answered this now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I apologize for saying he's not the brightest.
Can I buy an apartment?
Why is every single
agree
person
with
talking
you.
right now QA? Every single person who's talking right now has played this game over like 50 hours.
I have never played this game.
I want to play.
me.
Let me
Yeah,
play.
I've never played this game.
Question. So, like, is there any protections over farming?
Protections over farming? No. If you want to join and farm, you can, but you're not going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Where are you going, Paul?
You chose the flare.
Drive.
The flare? Utilities are not going to be used yet. Utilities, we're redoing the way they work.
Yeah, so they're
It's
a
like,
little bit.
yeah, I mean,
Can
the
I
most I can show
volunteer to
you.
be a test subject?
Absolutely not. We have more than enough.
I have a question about stuff like police and National Guard. Is there any? I'm not sure if you're allowed to speak on this, but is there any sort of applications currently out for future police officers, or is that something we have to wait for release for?
No, you have to wait till release. As soon as the game is dropped, there will be a first Let's See class that people can apply for.
Okay,
So,
sick.
what is the cap on the first lady class? What is the cap that's going to be on the first lady?
We have no clue what the cap's gonna be. We're just gonna see how many people apply and accept all the competent people who know how to do good on their apps.
And do you have an estimated time is gonna be?
When the game releases.
No, I think he means how long the classes are gonna.
Oh, how long the classes are gonna take? I think there's either 4 or 5 sessions, but the last session is just a bunch of practice of what you've been taught. So it shouldn't be that long. Most of the time,
2 or 3 weeks, Square.
it'll take about probably 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks at max, but most of it would just be waiting for others to catch up.
It says you have 0 cones.
And I don't know if you guys talked about this yet, but will it be like a law academy
In terms of the law, it will. Talking about like practicing law.
Like to get a bar.
Me and the Chief Justice have been talking about instituting a bar where each level of court, SCOTUS, district court, and county court, can say whether they want it or not. Because most of the time, whenever we do a bar system, the district court will always be like, "Nah, we don't want it no more," and it always dies off. So, county court will require a bar. Yes, the bar license will be throughout the entirety of NUSA. So, if it's required on the district level and you have it in the district level, you'll also have it in the county level.
you will need to renew it, correct?
That will be up to the board. I won't be running it. It's not going to be. It's going to be a Chief Justice directive.
And I heard about in-game warrants and stuff for like judges to issue.
Oh yeah, I can show you that in a few.
Can you press the computer GUI?
Is this the hood?
There's the hood.
You don't recognize it from GTA?
Street.
Will there be Roblox gang violence?
It actually
Never know, man.
Hey, yo,
Never know.
CJ. What's up,
Square, are you
Chris?
still developing the hide UI buttons
Hmm?
to hide all that like tooltip UI?
We don't have a plan to make this hidden, but if it becomes too much of an issue with people, then
Rest in peace
We'll
for
go
those
ahead and make
tiny resolutions.
It scales.
Hey, yo,
Ish.
everything.
Whitelist the sins for Ridgeway.
What's the what?
Ooh, you're
Whitelist the sins.
Who?
The Sin family.
Who?
And family,
Who asked?
bunch of nasty people, man.
I have a question.
Whoa, toxic.
Yeah, toxic.
Public
say that
works.
again?
Basically, public works.
Yeah, there will be like public works. We'll have tow trucks and stuff down the road, but we're not supporting public works on release. Basically, what we're getting made is most of the map, excluding Milton, which has already been done. The car system, all like the intricate stuff when it comes to like, you know, the dirt trails, the sounds on certain stuff, the way the gearing
That's kind of
works.
satisfying.
We have like flashers, we have indicators, we have the parking brake where if you pull it, you can whip around, stuff like that. Then the entirety of the ELS system.
Hey, trains.
Bro, this is like...
And we can wait here for a second, you can see the train.
Oh, did you guys reduce the speed of the train?
Oh yeah, that was fixed a long time ago.
So, if you get arrested, can you argue the legitimacy of an arrest without, like, expunging your entire record?
David question.
Wait, say that again?
I said, so if you get arrested, can you argue the legitimacy of an arrest without going through, like, an entire expungement process? So, like, let's say I got arrested for second-degree murder, even though
You would have to go through the courts.
Yeah, the courts
win a case.
the courts will be able to expunge records, both specific records and your entire record. That's why each arrest has a unique identifier at the top of the UI.
Okay, cool. Because sometimes in other games, you know, you get like one arrest and you just want that removed and not all of them, you know?
Yeah.
Because it takes longer.
Yeah, you go to a court, and if the county judge says it is,
Oh,
you're good.
military.
Oh, this National Guard.
Wait.
This will be a fun thing to
No, I did
show
not
off.
make that base.
Wait a minute, are we adding this to USM?
No.
It will
This
not be
is
under
the
USM.
National Guard.
No, this will
when
be
it comes to
a
Ridgeway
completely
National
different
Guard,
group.
it is independent from the Federal Guard and Federal National Command Authority.
It's Panty Raiders HQ.
It'll be completely different groups.
If the Panty Raiders get accepted into RNG, sure, they can be the Panty Raiders HQ. It will like the government itself will be run by the government, like, but on release, we will well, not on release, but on like paid release until we transition out of clan management run, and it'll be clan management run, I guess. It's whatever the charter says. The sheriff is elected. The county exec is elected. The county board is elected. All right. Next time somebody play music, they getting banned. All right.
I'm already banned.
It's little sin if you ask.
Anyway, so those 3 positions are elected. Everything else is there's county level departments like PPD or MPD or any other like localized department underneath the county. But if it's like a state level agency like the National Guard or state police or levy, not even let's see, it will be appointed by the county exec and approved by the county board, but they won't be able to directly influence. It'll be an independent agency. No, never.
So,
the only executives there will be county board and county exec.
Is there
We're not doing state congress, state board, state anything besides the agencies.
For any
David.
That one's got the scope.
Wait, what happened?
Is there any anti-corruption safeguards in place?
So there will be down the line. Like, we'll have logs for what you take. And we won't allow, like, mass dispensing. Basically the same thing as Mayflower. We're going to learn from Mayflower. Because when they first came out, they didn't have those kind of protections or anything like that. And it started, like, people just started, like, taking as many guns as they can, throwing it in their car.
For the elections, are they going to be monitored by the FEC? Or is there
Yeah, they're going to be monitored by the FEC. It's
So are the same rules going to apply?
Yeah, the FEC will still run it and everything.
Published for it.
Rules
I know there's going to be elections for... Yeah, rules are yet to be determined. Those are mostly going to be area.
Anti-PAC stuff going to apply to Ridgeway, or is that going to be only for DD?
Wait, restate.
So for the new rules coming out, the anti-PACs, is that going to apply to Ridgeway as well, or just DC?
To be determined.
Okay. Is hiring somebody to campaign going to be legal, or is that going to be considered illegal?
To be determined, Arnie. We haven't even thought about elections that much yet.
Oh, I have a question.
What
other occupations other than law enforcement are there in this game?
As of now, there will be nothing, but in the future, like Square said, there will be like public works and other stuff you can do.
And
is there going to be... How big is the CM...
Arnie.
Sorry, I'm excited, David. You're
okay, slow down. Now, what?
What prevents people from, like, what prevents it from being more of a, like, DC sort of environment where it's literally just criminals versus cops instead of other stuff as well?
Because if the cop abuses, they lose all the hard work they had to do to get in, so they won't abuse.
I mean, think about it like this, right? People can be dumb. Of course, dumb people are going to get through the tracks. But people who act like shitheads at DC are not going to be able to get through as easily, since not only are they going to have to apply for a certification and then take a 2-week class where they have to go through 5 different sessions, take 4 different small quizzes that just test them on what they've, been copied and pasted to, and then applying for a department. And then if they act stupid on duty, if they do something stupid, they murder somebody, then they're just going to get fired. They're going to get their certification revoked, and they're not going to have that job anymore. So it's going to be very hard for stupid people to get through, and even if they do get through, if they start acting stupid, they're going to be gone very fast.
The other thing is that the guns are going to be much harder to acquire than DC. DC, you just buy them off the phone, you can start shooting everyone. In this, it's going to be a lot harder to get. You can potentially get it from a cop. You could buy them dealing it. You could buy a legal one. You could buy from the illegal dealer, but the rate of which that you get money means that you can't repeatedly
you'll
buy
have to
guns
grind
and
to get the
continue
money.
to do that, repeat over and over and over again, unless you saved up.
Yeah, basically, it's going to be a balanced economy, and the best thing that balances it would be a small cap. So there's going to be like a $10 million or even a $1 million cap, because if you were to be able to have that much money, you would be able to buy gun after gun after gun and just start gunning people down all day.
Square, how far away can you walk from your car and still be able to get in?
Same as DC. It won't despawn no matter what.
No, I mean like how far away?
Oh, you mean the radius of the interact?
Yeah,
it's about right here. It's a bit excessively far, but
oh,
we
so
haven't
it
found
is like
range
it
yet.
is like as far as you can.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be able to get in from right here. It should be more of like right here, but we haven't changed that.
So as long as like you can see the thing, it'll let you do it.
What about the sights on the guns? Do they change how you can like the accuracy or something?
I plan to change accuracy with them, but they're not going to have any type of first-person capabilities because these are heavily edited versions of the DC weapons. It's the same backend, but the backend's been changed a lot to ignore stuff like you can shoot through water, you can shoot through fences. If I shoot at Paul, it'll break the glass once and actually take some health from him. They're all compatible with R15. They have all different models, different reload animations. You can only have one equipped at a time with our custom inventory system, and if you do have them equipped, they go on your back or they go on your leg. So. No, there's no karma system.
Thank God.
The way Mayflower does some shit, I think is very stupid. The game is already very unbalanced to criminals since you have to grind for your weapons, and then cops they're an infinite gun supply. And then not only are you getting punished by playing the game, but like when you kill people, it's random drops for a bunch of shit, and that just makes it very unsatisfying to ever do crime in that game.
It takes a while for like cops to sort of set up, as I saw. Like there's a lot of things you have to equip and all that. Is there any chance we're just gonna get like spawn killed a whole bunch by criminals? And
if you get spawn killed, that's just gonna get them kicked.
No, but like not actually spawn killed, but every single time we leave and try to roleplay, we get killed.
Well, I mean, this game isn't necessarily roleplay. It's more balanced by its game mechanics on how frequent you can do stuff. Like you get free reign to do whatever you want, right? But the amount of money you make and the capabilities of how much you can hold and how much stuff is actually worth is a lot more than, say, DC. So, for example, I don't think spawn killing is going to be that much of an issue because the guns kill fairly quick. Like, I can kill David in 2 shots here. So, as long as you're playing smart, you're playing in cover.
I have a question. What is CM involvement going to be like in county? Is it going to be heavy? Are you guys going to be actively participating daily, or is it?
I'm definitely going to be actively participating because I'm the one. Well, I task myself basically when this game was being made. I was actually perm banned from Mayflower, and I never went through Firestone. So I decided I'm going to go through Firestone's post, and then I'm going to go through Mayflower's Liddy. I'm going to see how both do their own stuff. I'm going to take the best of both. I'm going to turn it into ours, and then put our own spin on it with our own game and our own mechanics. And that's exactly as I did.
I have another question. If you get jailed, how long does that last?
I'll stop.
I imagine it depends on the charge.
It
depends on what the cop puts per policy.
Okay, let's say for like murder, for example.
Yeah, for murder.
For murder, it'd be a good 30 minutes.
What about impersonation?
Remember, times can be served out of the game.
Yes, and
times
aren't 100% set in stone right now.
Yep.
Can you pay bail and leave?
No bail.
What's
Yeah,
the
I
health
can tase
system
David.
like on this?
So the way the tasing works is if you hit somebody, you get a rope on them, just like a real TI-26 in real life. If you hit them, it'll tase them for 5 seconds. He will ragdoll onto the ground. It'll go for 5 seconds, and as long as he is still in range with the rope, I can click again, it'll tase him again. Now start doing this where you're spamming it and you keep him on the ground forever. Guess who's getting fired for excessive force? But it's possible. So let's say cop goes rogue. Let's say a cop goes rogue. They deal someone a taser. They just start doing this.
Oh, so if
That's
they
gonna
run
put people
away,
out.
if they run away far enough, the prongs come out.
Yeah, so here we'll test it on David. Right now the range isn't changed yet, but it's pretty far for testing. So if I go, that distance, it'll snap.
Like to shoot it.
It's 50 studs.
Question: are cops allowed to arrest other cops?
No.
No.
We won't allow that.
Okay.
Instead of like arresting other cops, what's gonna happen is if they do something wrong. I mean, most of DC, if you're gonna compare this to DC, a rogue's just gonna get kicked from the group and then kicked from the
So
game.
there's going to be active moderators in the game constantly?
Well, they're gonna have more powers in game. So like they're gonna have commander, which they can spectate people, they can ban people, they can kick people, they can set an alert.
Weather commands.
I have a
Stuff like
question
that.
for the health. What's like the health system going to be like on the game? So is it going to be you can heal? Is there going to be active EMS needed, or is it going to be like a rather simple system?
It's gonna be a rather simple system. You get damaged. We're probably gonna turn automatic healing back on because there's no alternatives right now to healing yourself back up. And then, honestly, what I did for the gun damages is I went into siege. I put in all the siege damages and then started balancing them from there because siege is unbalanced. So
siege is ass.
Hey, Paul, can you sit back in the car? He's actually off team.
Gun
Should be able to get back in it.
How accurate are guns?
So when you get in a car, it takes all your hats off?
yeah. So if you get into a vehicle, it won't take your sunglasses off, it won't take your hair off, but it will take your other hats off. Simply because the way the cars are scaled, it would, like, if you have a ridiculously big hat, it would go through the roof. We don't want that to happen, so. But as soon as you get back out, you'll get your hats back.
All different sheriffs.
I had a question regarding, actually 2 questions.
Hmm.
So the one.
Can you shoot the assault rifle just so we can see what it looks like?
Yeah, sure. So every time we shoot, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. First, you'll see my arm shift back. There's a recoil animation. When you shoot, there's actual recoil on your screen, so your screen will go up. A casing will fly out, and there will be a muzzle flash. There will be a trail, and depending on what the bullet hits, it'll do a different sound. So if it hits cement, it's going to be a different sound than when it hits wood.
That's cool.
So let's show it all in one thing.
Is it automatic or is it semi?
That answers your question.
Oh, this is the NG one, by the way. Right?
For hitboxes, are they going to include hats?
Most likely.
Is it a bullet pool or magazine system?
It's a bullet pool. We don't have a magazine system. So whatever ammo you're carrying, it'll just go into your reserve, and when you reload, it'll just fill up your mag.
Can you
so you don't have to worry about combining or anything.
Currently outdated?
No.
Yes.
Fully up to date.
No, the map is outdated.
The minimap.
Completely outdated. Oh yeah, the minimap is completely outdated.
Yeah,
this used to be. Yeah, this used to just be a bunch of water, and then we added this area of the map in order to make the National Guard base.
Any bulletproof vests for officers?
Yeah, we can show off the uniform system in a
Did they
bit.
actually
Although I'm
work,
pretty
though?
sure David screwed up the preview.
So
Just go on NG. It'll be fine.
So speaking of stupid people,
We'll probably have like
getting
some type of
kicked
pager in the Discord for people to get on.
off,
But what I'm
if-
planning to do
we're
is like a
talking
bunch of
about
easy access stuff. Like we'll have like a site panel where people can just ban them out of game. So if there's an exploiter flying around, then they'll just go on the website and then they'll ban them there, and then they'll kick them from all the servers. Or we can make Discord commands for even more
Is there a
convenience,
higher
which we
level?
already have.
Like,
We
is
do.
there going to be better anti-exploits here, or is it just the same as DC?
There's gonna
We
be a
don't,
good
David,
amount of
we don't.
anti-exploits.
Bro, we on the wrong level, bro.
Is there a better anti?
Your footsteps synced up.
Yo.
Can we expect, and this is probably a dumb question, but say there's a bigger group.
What? What about bigger group?
Huh?
Delight, you didn't finish your question.
just keep cutting out.
Is there a bigger group?
Oh, like, are you asking, like, is it, like, are the citizens and, like stuff going to be in a different group? What you trying to ask?
No, this is, yeah.
But I say, it'll...
I didn't finish the question, so I'm not going to dignify it with a response.
Okay, let me finish. I fixed my microphone. Apologies. I was
you're
saying,
good.
if there's a larger group of people with firearms, can we expect any sort of SWAT team with heavier weapons to deal with larger groups of people with weapons?
You already get pretty heavy weapons as just a patrol officer. You get an M4, and that's fully automatic. And you get infinite, and the citizens get a limited amount of whatever they stash inside their vehicles and inside their homes. So eventually it'll be a numbers game where either they're going to win and you guys are going to back off, or they're going to lose, which most of the time the crims are going to lose.
Oh, get in the car?
Because if you're a criminal versus if you're a cop, you're a lot more nervous as a criminal because you have a lot more to lose. If you die, you lose a gun you had to pay for and grind for, and you had to buy all the ammo for it. you had to get it already, and then you had to find a spot where you can do like a hold and stuff like that. As a cop, you're running in with infinite ammo and infinite guns, and if you die, oh well, you're coming back.
Stop getting in the car.
So.
Wait, infinite ammo? I thought you had to grab the
Well, infinite ammo in a sense that you can dispense as much as you want as a cop, and that it doesn't cost you anything. You don't actually have infinite ammo.
Hey, Square, is there a weight system?
Yeah, there's a weight system. Everything has a certain weight. Like the baton is 3, each handcuff is 2, flashlight's 2.
You have too much weight. What if, like,
once you hit the cap, you can't carry anything else in your inventory. And right now you have a max of 100.
If you get too much weight.
You can't run as fast, for example.
No, we don't tie it to that. We just, if you hit the max weight, then you can't carry anymore.
For damage, is it going to be based off of body parts, or is it going to be like equal damage?
Right now it's already based off body parts, and I'm pretty sure Penguin, who's the creator of the gun system, already exempted hats to the guy who was speaking earlier.
Yeah,
because we already exempted hats in DC. So.
Will the vest reduce damage?
Hmm.
Do the vests reduce damage?
No, vest is completely visual.
What's the town center like? American citizen spawn point gonna be like? Where is it?
Right now they just spawn at the dealership, but we're probably just gonna spawn them all around Palmer.
Oh, just at random places?
Yeah, random places near
on?
I'm playing on 7.
Won't there be like some kind of town center kind of place where most people like there is in DC?
So when you like lower your level quality, is the render distance gonna go down?
That'll be Roblox handling it, but either way, even if you're at 10 graphics, the way our custom LOD system works is that if you can't see it, it's not going to render it in. So basically what it does is it cuts the map into squares, and at the top of the squares, it'll draw a line to the other chunks of the map, and if it can see it, like, let's say there's a square here, and then there's one here. If this one looks at that one, if this one looks at that one, right? It can see this, so it's going to render everything in this chunk. But for example, it can't see the chunks over this mountain, so it's unrendering all the useless stuff. So as you can see, all the houses are gone, but the garage doors and the doors are there.
Dang, it's like GTA.
That's epic.
So it's similar to Minecraft chunks.
No, basically you can play it on shit computers, which is what everyone complains about. So now everyone's going to be happy. No, there's no planes, there's no
helicopters.
Plan to implement aviation?
Only helicopters, and that's it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's how you're moving from the vehicle.
That's epic.
Absolutely not. That's another dumb question you're getting.
Will there be car bombs?
No. Cars catch on fire, they do not explode.
Please no, please no.
Have you stress test the server performance for like a lot of people being in game yet?
We've had about a maximum of 8 people at a time having access to the game and being in all at once, so no, we haven't tested.
Just let us all join. That'll be great.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
As
what
you
the
can see,
purpose
if your car gets destroyed, you'll get an alert saying your vehicle's been destroyed and you're not able to get in the vehicle or interact with anything.
You can destroy a vehicle from any, like hitting any part of the vehicle.
In the future,
You can hit any part of the vehicle.
Can you pop tires
out wheels? Can you take out wheels by shooting them?
No, you can't take out wheels in any way, shape, or form right now.
Will there be spike strips?
There will be spike strips down the line, and we
Oh
were gonna,
god, those are going to
we
be
were gonna think
huge.
of doing the same thing as DC, and if you hit the push bar while going code 3, it would pop the tires, but we feel it's a bit overpowered right now, so.
I don't like that.
How big are
Huge.
these servers exactly?
Are you gonna
most likely 50.
And
should
that's
ban
the
people
whole
Damn,
point.
that big server.
Alright, the whole point of the paid release beta is meant for us to be able to stress test and fix things around the player count.
How much will the beta be?
To be determined.
Yeah, they said 4 digits, so.
It's 5,000 USD per day.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. Per server.
Reasonable.
Send it to my PayPal, paypal.me/county.
Watch out, David. They're gonna get a Twitter exposed on you how you've been siphoning money out of Noosa.
Okay, I'm still my mom's credit
Noosa
card.
owes me money.
Don't you pay for all the Don't you pay for all the hosting for the websites?
Yeah, shit's expensive.
Hey, you better talk to Paul then, David.
No, I don't care. That's what I'm saying. But you ain't gonna say I'm siphoning money.
I said watch out for the Twitter post, man.
I ain't worried about no damn.
Hey guys. How will you be gaining a source of income?
Will there be a
How many different uniforms are there?
Each entity will.
Yes.
Right now,
each entity has their own uniform stuff. So right now, the sheriff's office has like Class A, Class B, Class C, and each one corresponds with a rank. So right now, I'm ranked captain in the sheriff's office group. So if I wear a Class B, or not Class B, but Class C, this one's actually set up as sheriff, but Class A is set up as captain for my rank. So if I wear Class A, I'll get the captain.
That's epic.
So when you join the game, if you're a sergeant in the sheriff's office, you're going to spawn with your correct hat, your correct hair, your correct uniform with the correct rank patches on your
Can you change your
arms.
skin tone?
You can change your skin tone on the site, yeah. So whatever skin tone you have on the site, we'll respect it in game.
It'll respect your skin tone for your torso.
Yeah, we'll only allow one body color, so you can't have like a rainbow person.
What type of law
my dream
enforcement
got
agencies are in there right now besides Sheriff Office and National Guard?
On release, it'll only be those two.
None.
Oh, okay.
Is
State, right?
team
On release, it was originally only going to be sheriffs, but we decided to add an extra one. That way there's one county level and one state level.
Who made the National Guard HQ?
David Devil made the exterior. I'm the one who did the fencing,
see
the
the
parking
National
lot,
Guard HQ?
the interior, and the armory and the brig and stuff like that.
So, like, is there
There'll
is
be
there
state
multiple
patrol,
people who
right?
contributed to Ridgeway other than you guys?
There's a good list of people. We'll have a list out by the time of release, but the primary contributors is just David, Paul, and I. And then
Well,
Jody's helped a lot,
okay.
and there's a guy
Penguin?
named Woods who I think is still in here who did a lot of the highway
Hello.
signs.
Rip
If we actually if we go on the freeway, like everything is accurately named. Like everything has an exit name. They all have street names. Every street in the game has a name, and they're on all the stop signs.
Yes,
stuff
I like
that.
Wait a minute, is there actually going to be road markers this time around?
There are.
Oh yeah, there's road markers everywhere. You blind?
That's epic.
Don't forget about
Will
Penguin.
there be like some kind of
Oh yeah, Penguin. Yeah, Penguin
Oh,
also
here,
did a
and
bunch.
Penguin's contribution. He's done a lot of miscellaneous stuff and the entirety of the gun system.
Will a full image of the map be released so people can learn the locations?
Yeah, but it'll
won't
be
a
easier
lower
to-
resolution. Like it won't be the same quality, like the highest res, because one, that's a big image, and like seriously, it's a couple thousand. It's a good bit of pixels.
Will there be undercover police cars?
Oh, there's a few unmarked. There's no undercover right now.
Is it possible to drive your car off of the map?
Yeah, technically, if you try to drive through water, which we actually
You're in a
restrict.
high-speed chase and just run off the map and you're evaded. Boom.
Yeah, but you also lose your car and you lose all your items. So I mean, if you want to go ahead and lose
Oh,
your shit,
wait,
go
so
right
you can't
ahead.
get Robux? You can't spend Robux to get permanent cars?
No.
No, this
Are
is
there damn.
what kind of game
really have that Newsom mentality.
Is there gonna be drugs in the game?
No, you're stupid.
That's breaking
Alright.
TOS, right?
That's a dumb question.
I meant to say
Will there
candy.
be? What
Is there
game?
gonna be a
Are there
fake
gonna be
casino?
cards?
If there's
Go
no
ahead.
amps, I don't want.
All right, one person at a time. Slow it down with all these
What
five people
game
asking
will there be?
questions. As of right now, it's just a developer product for license plates. Eventually, down the line, there'll be more, but it'll be purely cosmetic ones, as Square said earlier.
So no like permanent cars.
No,
guns, stuff like
there
that.
would be no get car packages, no extra health, no extra guns.
How about like
Yeah, but every car you buy
extra-
can be
extra
blown up
money?
and destroyed. You lose it forever. You have to rebuy it. And anything
extra
inside
money?
the trunk of the vehicle, you'll lose too.
Now, can you buy money with Robux?
No.
No, there's no purchasing of money.
I like the wavy
Oh,
antenna.
seriously? Oh,
Oh yeah, the wavy antenna. There you guys go.
Are
You
you
guys
gonna
can
be
see that.
tracking like?
Oh my gosh.
Like, if somebody creates a third-party site for dispensaries, are you gonna handle that?
Yeah, like selling stuff out of a game for USD would be against rules.
How about criminal organizations and stuff like that?
Criminal organizations, if they're like
They can
gangs and
organize
stuff
it.
or mafias, yeah, they can do it if they want it.
If
As long as
they-
it's like not doing shady stuff, like it's like a bunch of alt to just ban users and shit like
if
that.
you leave the server, do you spawn back in with what you had when you left?
If you have a Glock, everything's consistent. Whatever's on your person stays on your person. Whatever's in your cars stays in your cars.
And you keep your car as well in your house.
What all will you be able to rob?
Well, housing is the only thing that doesn't save 100% is
Yo,
your
train
inventory.
spotting.
Not your inventory, your uniform. Your uniform defaults every time you join the game to whatever your default uniform is for your agency.
That's epic.
But otherwise, your loadout and your inventory, and your car inventory and everything else inventory-wise saves. So if you have a loadout and it's your perfect loadout, if you leave the game, it'll be in the second you load back in.
For example, everything on my player right now. See how I have a taser, I have a flashlight, I have a baton. If I leave the game right now and I rejoin, I still have all this stuff on me. So everything you have is consistent. And let's say I spawn... no, you don't spawn in the same location. You still spawn where your team would spawn. So let's say I have this car right here.
Why is that?
Let's say I put something in the back of this car, like, let's put something legal back there, like a flashlight, right? Now we got a flashlight in the back. If I despawn that car and spawn it later, it'll still have that flashlight. It's a consistent inventory system that saves.
How does the game handle data failures, though? If Roblox has like a backend problem and data is failing to save, how does it handle that?
Speak to Paul about that. We have a caching system custom.
In terms of what do you need to know? So it won't like override your data to sort of delete your things. Everything uses update async, so you can only ever add or subtract from what already exists, and if it can't do that, it won't save.
Can you buy stuff in the Walmart?
Yeah, we can check that out.
Can you work in the Walmart?
No.
That would be Blocksmart.
What Blocksmart and like the gun clubs do is if you go in there, you can just buy weapons and ammunition and like flashlights, bats, stuff like that.
Now, will you be able to rob gas stations and stuff?
Nope, no robbing capabilities.
Why do you want to rob everyone? What's wrong with you?
Hey, I'm a former criminal, you know. I have
My
to
boy
act
said he got
for
the black
my
forces
constituents.
What legal ways will there be to earn money?
Wait, what was that question?
What legal ways will there be to earn money, like in the future?
AFK.
Get a job.
AFK, like delivery missions, stuff like that. But
Yeah,
that's not
eventually
gonna
there'll
be
be.
unreleased, which we said.
Eventually there'll be.
Best way would to be
So
get
nothing
a job.
illegal.
Again,
Will you be able to work for private persons, like people can pay you to do shit?
Yeah,
Well,
they can
because they can transfer bank funds to you, yes, you will be able to do that, but it will be an informal arrangement rather than something that we control within the game.
It'll probably be a business condition, right?
Will there be
Can
any
early
rules?
access players expect to get like any sort of tool or something for being the first people?
No.
No, the thing you get for
Your early access?
Early access.
Yeah.
Can we get a protest?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, a sign.
BLM protest, guys.
Okay.
Blow up the USSP HQ.
Nah, that would
I'd
probably
be up for that.
Will there ever be like Purge nights or any community events?
Possibly.
Whoa.
Yeah, there'll be like hosted events and stuff, but far and in between on release. Like most of what we're gonna focus on as soon as the game comes out is I'm gonna have to full focus on Let's See and getting like the first class trained. Because we're just going to establish the standards of what we expect from the game through that class, and then make harsh examples out of people who don't follow that. Like, for example, if some, like, clan or tryhard, like, joins with his headless on, and, like, starts acting like a shithead like he does in DC, he's going to get removed from this game very fast.
That's epic.
So,
Yeah, DC is just so unrealistic right now.
like, we're not expecting, like, we're not going to have, like, Firestone roleplay here, alright? Because that's not Noosa. Noosa, you know, if you wanted to roleplay, you guys would already screw off the Firestone, right? Basically, this is just, like, an enhanced version of Cops and Robbers that actually takes a little bit of finesse and a little bit of time to actually play. So, like, there's a better, like, skill level, both on the police side and the criminal side, since it's a lot more difficult to become law enforcement in the game. And it's also a bit more difficult to be a criminal in terms of, you know, getting money, figuring out where the dealer is, you know, going to the dealer and buying it, making sure you're not getting caught, or like make sure nobody's camping the dealer so they kill you as soon as you buy a gun, buy the ammunition, and then like find spots to ambush, and then if you die, you lose it all, and then you have to start again. So you gotta
Can
play.
you dial 911 in game?
The only thing the 911 system is used for is for if you're down, you just click call 911, and then people get a location for you to revive you. Because if we allow custom inputs, it turns into Firestone, where people are just like, "Hey, friend, hop in my car," and we're just gonna act like you're a hostage. I'm gonna call 911 and say, "Haha, I have a hostage." And they just use it to cop me.
Will there be hostages?
You can have hostages.
Is there any banks in game right now?
Zip ties? Hell yeah.
What about duct tape? Is that on the table?
No.
Well, zip tie is just the only version of a restraint.
Kidnap someone.
Okay.
Am I gonna be able to kidnap rule download in this game?
Yeah, you can kill him
Of
too.
course, Arnie would say this. Out of all people.
Yeah.
Godsteel does not have the sufficient amount of brain power in order to become a law enforcement officer within Ridgeway.
Wait, would it be possible to tie someone down to the
Speaking
chainsaw?
of the Supreme Trooper,
Super Trooper.
Square, will I be able to get my ride along that you still owe me in Ridgeway?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, maybe.
Are court cases going to be held in game?
Because we don't walk all the way to LPD for nothing.
All right.
How much will I have to pay to work
you work at the
pizza shop?
Yo, stop over talking, everybody. Y'all are grown people, not grown, but
I gotta
y'all are decent people.
I
Learn how
gotta-
to share the mic.
LV that relates to Ridgeway. So when this is over, you guys said that you're deving LV. Is that project expected to be done immediately after Ridgeway, or are you going to continue to update Ridgeway and then go to LV?
A lot more focus is still going to be on Ridgeway once it comes out, because it takes a lot more than just releasing the game for this to become successful.
It's gonna need changes, especially if stuff breaks. Whenever there's a lot more people, like I said earlier, we can't really test a 50-person server just with.
And for
10
example, we
QA.
need the housing system as well, which is a big feature.
Square. What
And
do you
there's
think
also
about
the
Crime
entirety
Hall?
of Milton.
Go to the freeway.
Oh yeah, we can show the small details like the signs. So each road has like a speed limit sign on what you should be following, and then we have signs like this where freeway entrance 395. This is northbound.
That's epic.
Are there tollways for like private roads?
There's
no
rule. Will police have a tool?
No, there's no NLR.
Going?
There is NLR, David. Stop saying that.
What?
That would be extremely unfair if we didn't have NLR.
Oh, we just
So is
Can
it?
you elaborate on NLR?
NLR would have to be like I know Mayflower has the rule, but they're very vague on how they explain it. Like you have to learn it as you go, which is really ridiculous. So like we'll have a full explanation of it, but basically, if you're a criminal, right? You spent a lot of time buying a gun and buying ammo, and you go to ambush a cop, and the motherfucker tases you, or no, let's say the motherfucker kills you, right? You spent all that time getting a gun and all that, and then you respawn somewhere, and they just instantly grab you and put you in jail for like 30 minutes. So not only did you already die and lost all that progress and all that effort, but now you also have to go to jail. So that feels crappy.
Really personal.
Well, I mean, like that's how it feels with games that don't have.
Has this
It's like if you play Firestone, Firestone doesn't have NLR. So basically, if you waste your time grinding for a gun and you get killed, they're gonna go back to like the one place you spawn and they're gonna try to cuff rush you. And then like, oh, not only did you just lose the gun that you like spent all the time getting the money for, but now you also have to sit in jail.
That's not.
So NLR kind of balances out where if you die, then you don't go to jail.
So, like, if I'm spawn killing rule, I can't arrest him after.
No.
What?
If you were spawn
why
killing
is
as a
he
cop,
simple
you'd
rule?
probably get removed very fast.
So, Square, you mentioned like blacklisting people that do that. What would that be about? Like, would you be banned?
You wouldn't be banned from the game. You would get your certification revoked by whoever runs Let's at that time, and you'd never become a cop in the game again.
Will there be any supercars?
No. All casual cars. The most like supercar thing we have is like a version of the Dodge Charger we call the Actila, which I can actually go over right now.
Add a Mustang.
Square.
Yes, there's one QA guy who always says to add a Mustang. I always tell him no. Every time I tell him no. I'm not making a Mustang. We gotta like, most of the time we gotta make the game function, right? This game is still like in a state where we have to make core features, and this guy's asking for a Mustang.
Are you gonna add a Hellcat into the game?
Oh, I'm here, buddy.
Yeah, you are here, Nate? Good.
Yeah, I'm here.
I think Nate just outed himself as the guy who keeps asking for the Mustang, by the way, everyone. So be sure to bully that dude.
Will vehicle coloring be random, or will it be user-picked?
It'll be
You can show that actually, Square.
user coloring. Oh, I can show it in the dealership. So we're gonna have a separate system where once you buy the car, you can go to like a chop shop and then you can repair it if someone shot it, or you can choose a custom color. But if you buy it from the dealership, you get to choose through like 5 very vague colors, which is just white, and then like tan, and then gray, and then blue, and then red.
Wow, that is epic.
What are your thoughts on crime mode Square?
Crime modes are fine.
Will there be any armored vehicles other than like police ones?
Any what vehicles?
Armored vehicles.
There are no armored vehicles, including police ones.
Is moderation for this game going to affect all moderation for nooses? So if you break, a rule in this, if you get banned in this game, you can be banned in DC as well.
Yeah, it'll be centralized. So you know how if you get banned in DC, you get banned in LV, you get banned in all Noosa related games.
I haven't been banned from DC, so I didn't know. Sorry.
Well, basically, the way we do bans and blacklist are all centralized to the group as a community.
Yeah. So you'll also get banned from like the Congress chambers and stuff like that as well.
Is there a better anti?
That's a fucking yikes.
So yeah, if you mess up in one game, you're gone in all of them.
Is there a better anti-exploit script in this game?
There's a lot more protection.
Because in DC, there's a big exploit problem.
Will there be like a city council or something like that?
There'll be a county council,
board.
and then there's the county executive, and then the sheriff's office sheriff. He would be elected, but he's not going to be elected on first rotation. He's going to have to be chosen.
That's epic.
Will there be any type of federal police department or anything like
Not
that?
till very long, because we plan like a bunch of the federal government and like the current courts and stuff. They're like, oh, what's in it for me? If this game's gonna come out, where's my job gonna go? Is my department gonna die, or is it gonna be added? And for like 90% of the current departments in Noosa, yes, it's gonna be true. Your department's gonna die because there's gonna be no reason that like something like FinCEN or like Federal Reserve Police, stuff like that, is going to be added to this game because they don't.
God.
I'm be straight up, they don't hire quality people.
Poor Duncan, bro. He paid you a
Can
full.
anyone be a taxi driver?
Yeah, you can purchase it anytime you want.
You can purchase it anytime you want.
It'll be chosen, but afterwards it'll be elected.
Go to the farm.
Well, yeah. Most likely every major position will be chosen first. That way they can set the policy. Then elections will occur.
Will
appointments if they were appointments.
Are there courts in the game?
Is CM
Yes,
intervention
courts will be.
They don't approve.
Wait, what?
No,
we're gonna. We're not gonna say fake taxi. So anyway, back to the court.
This is a genuine taxi. We
Shush. Anyway, so the court will
Add a
be.
spray paint can and we can make a fake taxi.
Oh my god.
I'd rather not get banned.
You got
Roblox rules.
it's
be
CM
Actually, it'll be Paul that gets terminated. So yeah, we can.
It's
add
like
it.
area.
I'll add it.
All you gotta do, Square, you just gotta download a copy of the game. Terminated.
Stop.
There you
CM
go.
intervention gonna be allowed. So if something is happening that's like being grotesquely used, like say that one party gains majority power and certain things are being ignored, is CM intervention gonna occur?
Wait, what do you mean?
So the charter has a developer oversight for if there are things that people are completely ignoring. Okay, yeah.
Are you gonna do the Mayflower version where you recall them and elections are rehosted, or are you gonna completely remove them from the government?
It's yet to be determined.
Yeah, it's
Because
gonna be.
I mean, there's no point in like writing policy for things that you know.
I mean, people can
haven't
do as they
happened.
please, but like, I mean, like if people want to change stuff, and as long as it like fits into like the scope of realism, it'll be fine. Like, there's gonna be a lot of like laws they're gonna debate over, like, oh, should there be long arms here? Oh, should people be allowed to carry a gun on their hip here? Oh, should we restrict this and this and this and that? But like, if someone comes in and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna repeal all traffic law in the game, yeah, they're gonna get removed, because that's not the true heart of the game. Like, basic stuff like that is gonna have to be required to be kept.
I know in Mayflower they host meetings and like department meetings such as like the district attorney and shit like that. So like, will it be like spaces within like federal departments for them to?
Oh, right. I need to explain federal departments. So hold that thought. So federal departments right now, stuff like the Secret Service or the FBI, they might be added down the line. But I'm gonna explain two scenarios. One, I'm gonna explain what they're gonna have to do to get added, and two, I'm gonna explain why some departments or agencies are not gonna be added. So let's take example for the FBI, right? Let's say we just say, okay, we're going to allow the FBI to have a team. We're going to give the FBI outfit. We're going to give them an unmarked vehicle. And we're going to give these guys the same arresting powers as the sheriff's office. Now, what are you going to join? Going to join the sheriff's office, where you're always forced to wear a sheriff's office uniform, drive a marked vehicle? Or are you going to join the FBI, where you always get to drive an unmarked? That's an obvious choice. So that has to be balanced.
Work up with the water.
Well, it's not necessarily just about what they get to drive; it's the people in it.
Yeah, but a lot of people are gonna go for what they can drive and what they can look like and what looks cool. And if people are just gonna take advantage
of an FBI marked car too. I'm sure FBI is gonna have policies determining what.
Well, they're gonna have to have a lot better policy than they do now, because if we add any federal department or agency to the game, they're going to be given either however long they need, a 1 month or 2 month period to get everybody within the department a Let's See certification through the current class or future class. And then once their due date is up, if they have the majority of their department certified, they're going to have to fire the people that don't have a certification until they get certified, or they're just not going to get added. Because people all the way up to the director and the deputy director are going to have a certification. The president will not be able to appoint someone to a director of an agency that's in Ridgeway that doesn't have a Let's See certification.
That's epic.
Will there be a class 0 for beta testers?
I know each like federal agency have a specific function. So like in terms of Secret Service, let's say Secret Service added. Secret Service is not gonna be able to allow on a team unless there's like they're protecting there. So
unless they're like protecting someone. So like you're not going to see Secret Service joining whenever the hell they want, just to like patrol in an unmarked and pull people over.
I believe that's already a Secret Service policy.
But for example, same with the FBI. Like FBI is not usually on.
FBI is a gray field. That's why I keep thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, we can force them all to get a certification before we get them added, but realistically, what are they going to do other than be another law enforcement agency?
Yeah, because like in real life, they don't really go if they're
like most of the purpose of them would be we'd have to centralize them to be like the sole entity under like background checking and stuff like that. Like give them an actual administrative purpose other than go in game and be FBI.
Because I know.
And wait, hold on. Square also maintaining certifications for all members of the department. Forgot to mention.
Yeah, they would have to maintain certificates. So if someone gets their certification revoked, that director, whoever's the sheriff of the sheriff's office, if they're military police and the National Guard, they have to respect that certification. If they keep them employed, once their certification's revoked, there's going to be a lot of issues. Because they legally will not be allowed to operate as a law enforcement officer and conduct arrests if they don't have a Let's See certification. And if you're employing people that don't have it, that's going to become an issue for leadership at that point.
Will there be an in-game background checking system?
Background checking will probably just be done manually, like through Echelon and stuff.
And plus, you can always check arrest logs on here too, and most likely it'll be.
Big mention to that. So you know how you can get a job with like 400 arrest records at DC?
Yeah.
That's because DC is a lot more arcade, and like the weight of an actual record in DC or LV was watered down by a lot over time. Like I remember back in the old Noosa days, it would be like, oh, you can't have over 20 records, and then it went, oh, you can't have over 50 records, and then it went to, oh, it doesn't matter your records. Who cares about your in-game record?
It's because of FAs.
Because
of exploiters.
Yeah, mostly. But this game's going to be a lot more strict.
The same guy.
I mean, it's going to be a lot more strict in this game on who can arrest. So if somebody does exploited arrests after wasting 3 weeks of their pathetic life getting a certification, applying for a department, and then finally getting inside the game and being able to conduct arrests, we'll just wipe every single arrest they've ever done and ban them from the game.
Will there be a class 0 for...
That's epic.
Alright, what about Army's gonna FA?
Will there be a class like the will it be comprised of only beta testers for the certification?
It'll be class 0 is going to mainly be the QA / selected people from developer oversight.
The only people who get auto-certified within Ridgeway are the ones who are going to help with Let's See training. So the only people who aren't going through Let's See and are already certified are the ones that are going to have to put a lot of work into training people. And those are people who have already been through it before and like know how to teach and know how the game's supposed to work. So technically they're not really getting their certification for free because they're going to have to do the tenfold amount of work of what a regular person would do in order to actually get the game started up. Get hit by a train, it pushes you. It doesn't kill you right now. It doesn't knock you over. It doesn't do any of that.
That's not epic.
Can you ride a train without like glitching out?
Yeah, you can ride a train. You'd have to sit in the seat though.
Here.
Are you going to be able to do drive-bys and trains?
You can shoot inside trains to other people on trains. I don't know if you can be on a train and shoot someone off the way we handle it. So
that would be pretty epic.
That would be a Penguin and Jody thing.
Yeah, the big one. That big one just ride that shit back and forth.
Any comments, Penguin?
So when is Trooper Steel going to get added to become the sheriff?
The train's staying off Square.
Oh, well. I think I already explained that Steel does not have the brain capacity in order to become a law enforcement officer.
Are you jealous of him? He contributed so much to USSP.
Oh yeah, he's been the golden star of the state police.
Yeah, I mean, he only bribed a few people.
Only a few? That's
Only
it?
People like Steele and Suleiman does not deserve to be in law enforcement.
Oh, Suleiman. Isn't he benefiting?
He makes a new account every day.
Do you have a plan?
So,
Who's gonna be the first?
what is gonna be happening with, like, you know how people work hard hours to get guns and cars?
Mhm.
What happens when an exploiter just, like, comes around and just destroys it all, like, instantly? So,
I mean, that's a problem in like every game. That's a problem in APOC. That's a problem in whatever game has an inventory system. So
we're just, like, not gonna be able to recover it, or...
I mean, you won't be able to if you can send proof with the timestamp. Like an admin can probably reimburse you over time on like a case-by-case basis. But most of the time, if there's like an exploiter flinging people, they're either going to get dealt with quickly because it's a lot easier for moderators to actually do admin action. Because most of the active moderators right now who were hired are still on probation. They go through a 6-month period where they have very strict permissions. So
I don't
like
think
Ryfin, except he was fired.
Yeah, Ryfin got fired.
Oh, that's not it.
What, are you guys gonna replace Rythan?
Clark, pretty soon it's gonna be 4 with you.
No, only time we'll replace them is if we do another intake of application.
Clark, I'm legit about to expose you on Twitter. Don't
Yeah,
even-
you guys should hire me.
Square, question for you. Is there any way that civilians can make like money, like illegally or any form like that?
No, not on release. Only way you'll be able to get it is just through waiting for paydays and stuff like that.
Let some idiot, like, actually roleplays getting robbed.
Okay, I have a question for you. Is this the most fun you've ever had doing something for Noosa?
Half the time I don't enjoy doing stuff for Noosa because it's met with toxicity and people whining on Twitter.
Well, I mean,
doing anything.
Like that one time where Bernard or Square made it.
I mean, it gets very agitating, but yeah, this project's been. I spend a very good amount of time working on it, almost most of the time of the week.
You don't work on it at all.
If I didn't enjoy it, it wouldn't be this large and it wouldn't have this much effort.
Do you remember that
he
base
only
you made
worked
for
on it for
USM
like a
and the UN told you that they can't use it?
Mm-hmm. And that was gonna be fun too, because we had destroyable vehicles, we had destroyable terrain, we had destroyable bases. We were gonna basically make it siege, but a battlefield.
Use it anyways.
I don't know, because I always told, why is a 225,000 member super clan bending over backwards to a 40-member UN and listening to all their rules?
Damn, man, why you have to kill me like that? Yeah, you can kill people.
I don't get involved in government stuff anymore, and that's a really good reason why.
Oh, you better fucking revive me.
So, most of my job after this game is out is to, 1, keep working on it, and 2, make sure the standards are up, because I'm not gonna... although I'm gonna be running, like, Let's and stuff for the first rotation, and, like, helping with running of the sheriff's office, and, like, helping with the standards that need to be enforced, I'm not gonna be running it for long. Like, I'm gonna get out of leadership as fast as I can, as long as I can trust whoever takes it after me.
Square, can you revive David real quick? I'm giving you a med bag.
Thank you.
How'd you break it?
No, he's not. A
I
cop.
shot him. I'm not a cop.
He's on Civ.
Alright, yeah.
Will early access people be able to do Let's See before the rest?
Whether you have early access or not. Yeah, whether you have early access or not, Let's See will be open. Because either way, even if you don't have access to the game, but you get a certification, you're still going to know how the game works. You're going to be like taught all the mechanics, because all the mechanics of this game are also going to be in the training center, which will be accessible by anyone.
Do you have a date for more or less when Let's See will be open?
As soon as the game releases, which we say is 2020.
Okay, sounds good.
I just realized we don't have parking lots for the train station on this side.
Yeah, no.
I can't park my car here legally.
Thank you for busting all the glass.
To catch the train? Walk from where? The National Guard base?
Man, there ain't no trailers in the game yet. What do you mean it's house?
But keep playing. I'm gonna put that bottle I found that one time with my 2-scale. You beat me with that baton again. I'm see. You gonna see community ban across your screen in a few seconds.
Are batons a 2-shot?
Will there be snow in the game?
Batons only take away 10.
10? Yeah.
Is that the National Guard uniform?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a National Guard uniform.
And patrol cap, and
There's MP versions, and then non-MP, and then there's a formal, and then they have a bunch of hats too. But most of them, they're kind of rigged, but they're not done.
Yes,
So
good
we've
hats.
refrained from showing most of them, but I guess I can go to it. So.
They're all ready. I have them all ready, Square.
I know.
Yeah, but they're not put in game.
Yeah.
What's
Sure you
the
know.
be on my profile?
Process is added.
Fact, we using these batons.
The
Super Trooper.
Yo, Trooper Steel. How does it
man.
feel to never become a cop in this game, dude?
Honestly, I heard you were tapping on my name. I'm the best trooper out there.
Yeah.
What you talking about? Steel gonna be class 0. What you talking about? I didn't
Notice how
earlier.
all these criminals are running around at DC once I got blacklisted.
Coincidence?
I think so,
You know,
exactly.
it sounded like retaliation from the criminal gangs affiliated with.
Facts, David. I'm becoming classy. I'm gonna graduate this bitch.
He gonna be, no,
he's gonna be senior head instructor of training. Shit for short.
Yep. We're gonna keep the streets clean. I've done dirty, folk.
Square, I have a question for you. If you don't approve of the sheriff that was elected, like he's doing a terrible job, will you remove him or something?
Well, I mean, if I don't like him and he's doing like a job that like he's still enforcing the standards of the game, I don't care if I like him or not. As long as he's running it right, it's fine. If he's not running it right, like if he's hiring people without certifications and stuff like that, I'll give like the chance for like the county courts to take care of him, get him removed. But like if it becomes like if it's starting to become like a game issue, where he's like not doing anything about like deputies ruining the game for each other and not playing fairly, he'd just get removed by developer oversight. And,
and citizens can ask for recall elections through referendums.
And the board as well?
Yeah, the board can. Well, the board. No.
Damn, this
the board
shit looks
can
ass. I'm not
impeach
playing
them
this shit for my mom's life, yo.
or remove them via vote, but the board can't ask for referendum since they have the authority to already remove them. But the people or anybody can just request a referendum once they have a certain amount of support as defined in the charter. So
Whoever was talking, continue talking, please. The one who said it was shit.
Oh, that was Soul. I think he left.
But the charter, and I want to say Article 15 or 12, it's either 12 or 15, I wrote, explains how referendums are done and who can request for what. But recall of elected officials.
That's what I was going to explain. So if you can dispense a gun as a cop, every time you dispense a gun, it'll have a flashlight onto it. If you buy them illegally, they won't have a flashlight. So let's say a cop deals you their gun that they dispensed. You can tell that it's a dealt weapon due to the flashlight on it. So here's the one that you dispense as a cop, right? This one has the flashlight attachment. But if I buy it from the illegal dealer, which would be this version, it would not have a flashlight attachment. It also wouldn't have it in its icon.
Give people guns.
No, that's stealing. That'll get you a permanent blacklist. But it's still a game mechanic that can happen nonetheless. So if you want to waste your time getting a certification, going through all that effort, all the quizzes, all the applications, all the training, and then you start to deal people and they get sufficient proof, you're going to get your certification revoked. And
So dealing will be...
dealing is a game mechanic, but it'll be very heavily frowned upon.
But dealing will be a clan management offense, not a, like...
No, it will not be a clan management offense. It'll be like it'll be a game offense. Now, if you start, like, mass dispensing and, like, putting, like, 50 guns in your car to stockpile them and put them on an alt, that's going to be, like, a game mechanic issue that you're abusing. You're going to get moderated for that.
Redeem yourself?
No, you do it once, you're just going to be gone.
David, put helmet on.
I mean, why would we trust you again if you're going to start dealing to people, you know? Why would a department trust you again?
There's no rehabilitation program.
Yeah,
as much as we'd like, why? It's not gonna kill him. You know how long it's gonna take you to kill him with baton?
So a good example is, let's say you bought this at the illegal dealer, the Stetson M2A, which is just Mark II, because there's a Mark II and a Mark I, and then A is automatic. It wouldn't have the flashlight attachment, but it would have the hollow sight because it's the police version. The police version that you dispense has the hollow sight and the flashlight attachment, and it's gray. And then the military version is all blacked out, has an ACOG, and also has a flashlight. And then as I demonstrated, the pistol that police dispense has the flashlight, and then the one you buy from the illegal dealer as a civ does not. So a telltale sign that you have a dealt weapon would be through the flashlight attachment.
Can police use weapons that they bought?
That would be up to department policy. Because, like, I'm guessing they'll
The
probably
game won't
restrict
restrict it if that's what you're saying.
No, I wasn't asking about the game. I was asking about like.
It's
Like,
department
let's say I
policy.
have a salvo, which is our revolver. So let me unequip this. Because I know some people are going to be wanting to do this where they're carrying around a revolver as a sheriff's deputy just to look like they're from the 70s or something.
But yes.
That'll probably get restricted.
Only the sheriff.
So, I believe you guys talked about it earlier, but do you have to value your life?
No.
No, okay.
Wait,
No roleplay rules. Absolutely none. You're restricted by game mechanics, but if you abuse the game mechanics, you get removed. But like most of the abuse of game mechanics kind of stuff is going to be moderated. So, like automatically.
Good job. I got him. I mean, that if y'all ever look at the actual county seal, just look at the seal a little bit.
Will the reset
Not the
button be
seal of the
disabled?
sheriff's office logo, but we're not going to
No,
talk
the
about
reset button will just put you into the critically injured state.
Will there be laws regarding like how much?
Is there an option to kneel?
Use in different situations?
No, there's no crouch.
But you said something about
I already know Genius wants to use that mechanic for dick sucking.
Anyway, what was the other question?
I
Besides
want to use
kneeling?
that as a cop.
No, it's fine. What you can do is just email on them. There we go. If you want to really abuse them.
Just say I can't breathe, man.
Dude, that's enforcement of state regulation.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's how we're
Nothing
going to
wrong
beat
with that.
exploiters and anybody who abuses game mechanics.
If anyone passed the first class and wants to deal with me, hit me up, please.
Yo, I can't wait for Steel to get taken to like county court for this kind of stuff, because a lot of people are gonna take dealing stuff very seriously.
It's not
like
dealing if I
it's
don't
a
get
permanent
caught.
thing.
We run the
All right,
black
well,
market for real.
can't wait till you get caught and you're gonna come crying.
Nah.
Oh, go get
I'll
You
never
know,
get caught.
Steel has like such a deteriorated brain that he passed Letty and Mayflower hasn't gotten in a single department.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
No. It wouldn't be anything wrong with it if you hadn't already tried and gotten denied.
Nothing wrong with that, man. I'm just waiting for the perfect time for real.
Ow.
Damn, that man really killed you. I got you, Joe. You, NG. I got you.
Thanks, man.
So a civilian friend can't revive their downed friend, right?
Yeah.
No,
They're not
there's no
medically
revive
trained.
mechanic.
It's only for cops and EMS. Or, for short, peace officer. So basically fire, EMS, police.
Oh, and we have the radio commands, so come here, David. And then we can show you the warrant system, too, in a bit.
Oh, I have an active warrant because of the citation you issued earlier.
Oh, do you? Alright, so
Yeah,
if I do run name, Dev Gralius, it'll come up with his previous arrest, previous citations, and if he has active warrants.
Has it only been 36 minutes?
Has it? Well, if we do a warrant check on you, let's see if you have it. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I already jailed you for it. So warrant check. Yeah, you have no active warrants.
Oh.
And then if I were to have a car spawn, which I think my unit number is S1 if I run my plate. Yeah, there's no vehicle
No,
matching
run
that,
for me.
so-
DO3.
There we go. A
There we
service vehicle, RNG, which is Ridgeway National Guard, Military Police Lancelot, which is the version of the Tahoe. So each car and each gun has their own lore name.
Yeah, Square, your stuff despawned.
Not very interesting. One of you guys want to arrest me for a minute?
Oh, I can't.
I believe it's busted or live.
Basically, what you do is you get teleported to a prison cell and you get the UI on the top. What it says is it gives a countdown to when you get released. So let's say you get jailed for 6 minutes. You'll have a countdown for 6 minutes, but it'll also tell you when you get released from jail in your own time zone. So let's say it's 6:30 and I get arrested for 15 minutes. It'll tell me I get out at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard. And if you leave the game and come back 15 minutes later, you'll be out of jail because jail sentences can also be served out of game. So if you get jailed for 30 minutes, you can leave the game for 30 minutes, go eat dinner, come back, and you're out of jail. Oh, it's the MDT. So it's a mobile data terminal. Basically, from here, we can do priors check, where we can look up, let's say, Dev Gralius. It'll come up with all his previous arrests, which also have a serial number. It'll have the arrest date and time, the officer, the charges that they chose, and the description. Then the same for the citations, which these are just all stupid tests, so don't worry about these. And then we can do a warrant system where we can filter someone for their warrants, which I don't think David has any. I just checked him, so let's see if Paul has any. No. Does it still work? Yeah, if you call active warrants into the radio, then it'll show all active warrants within the server. Different radio channels, global, where everyone will talk, and then if we go into the next channel, dispatch, where you can. This is where you're supposed to do the dispatch commands. So run name squarehead, dude. You should come into this channel if you're gonna run it, so it doesn't clutter. And then frequency 1 and 2 would be used for like situations like hostages or pursuits, stuff like that. And then department is your own department radio channel, where only the person on your team can read it. And then right here is the panic button. So if I go to global and press it, I won't hear the sound, but everyone else will. It'll say panic button activated. So David, hit your panic button.
I don't have a radio. 1 sec.
Just give yourself.
Me.
So if he hits his panic button, you'll hear the panic sound.
Will there ever be a way to implement car-to-car talkabout? Where only cars can like choose to talk to each other?
No. I don't even know what that means.
No, it would be like a channel only between two police cars. No, we won't be adding that.
911 system is very rough, but there's probably still an active call in here somewhere. No, there is not. But they show up to the left here, and then if you click it, it expands it to show more information, and then you can click respond. And if you click respond, then there's a list of people.
David.
I'm not gonna show it. I'm not gonna show it because I'm pretty sure it's busted. Because we used it once and then we stopped like working on it because it was getting annoying. So we're just not gonna show that for now because it's probably busted.
Oh, there. My stream's got the jail on.
But this is the housing area. It's called Oakland Park. Basically, for people who weren't here before in the old stream, the way houses will work is you'll own them consistently. And you'll have to keep up weekly payments in order to keep your house. So let's say I own this house right here. I'm going to own it in every server, no matter the server, for exactly a week long. It's completely consistent. Once you own the house, it's your house. It's your spot of the map where you can like say with confidence it's yours. And as soon as you come in, there will be furniture you can purchase that you'll be able to place inside the house. It'll completely save, so if you leave and come back, your furniture will load into your house, whichever way you want to put it. You'll also spawn at your house, like right here, something like that. And then, just like on the doors, how you lock and unlock the cars by pressing L, you'll do the same thing with the doors on your house. So let's act like this car was like my front door. I would be able to go up to my house and press L to lock or unlock, and that would allow people to open and not open my doors and stuff like that. And then if you go up into the bedroom in most of the houses, there's a storage where just like car inventories, you'll have a house inventory. And just like with search warrants and arrest warrants, when cops get a search warrant from the courts to search your car, they can also get a warrant to search your house. So they can come into your house and search your car.
No.
I have no clue how that's going to work yet. I don't think we should keep the furniture loaded in all the time. That's going to be very bad.
Well...
No, you just won't be able to access it until you buy a different house.
So if you were to buy a house here, if you were to buy a house here and then lose it and then buy a house in Sterling Heights, that same inventory will exist in Sterling Heights house.
Yeah, and just because of house size doesn't mean the safe is going to change. Like, all the safes, and like, no matter if you buy the most ghetto house or you buy the most luxurious house, it's going to have the same storage. But we have, like, the high-end houses, which is here. This is the high-end, and then this is, like, the mid-tier end, where it's only one floor. Then if we go to Sterling, here are, like, the low-end houses, like the ghetto neighborhood with, like, the graffiti and the Tom's Fresh Fades, stuff like that. This is like the low-end houses, stuff like that. And then we got the go to Palmer. Oh, go to RCSO Palmer. And then if we go here, we have the penthouses over here, which is like the main city hangout area. You'll be able to own, there will be 2 penthouses that are owned. They will probably be locked behind a Game Pass because there's only going to be 2 of them that people can own at a time. So they're, you know, they're going to be like very high on the demand list. FEC Christmas for Ask Arium.
We might rent that out.
And then there's 2 bottom ones too. Who keeps saying this is literally and then cutting out?
Hopefully I get to come to the party this year.
Sir, I'm gonna have to get you to pull over, MP.
Yeah.
Okay, you go have to get shot now. Let me reload my gun real quick.
Oh, we can show the gas again. I don't think we've showed it this stream.
The gas?
Yeah, the gas system.
Huh, I haven't used that in a while. Huh.
Because we never use Civ cars.
You right.
But let's see.
The police cars have gas, but they always spawn with 18% of the time.
Yeah. But I mean, like, if you're patrolling and you get low, you can just either respawn your car or go to a gas station. But your gas will save. You know, your cars are consistent. Like let's say your car gets shot to half health. It's a Civ car. You respawn it, it's still going to be half health. You have half gas, you have a quarter gas, that's going to save. Whatever you put in the inventory, that's going to save. If someone shoots it up and blows it up, you're going to lose it. You have to rebuy it. Stuff like that. It'll despawn. Interesting.
Yeah, if someone's robbed your car, you can't spawn another one.
So there's premium.
Here, Paul, you show the gas system.
Right? Are there gonna be different level of like gas, like premium gas and shit like that? Or
no, it's just
the same gas. Flat, usual gas.
Yeah. But look at the pricing. $3 for some gas. Square's charging some outrageous great gas.
You don't know what the per whatever it is, right? You know, is it a gallon or like a bucket?
I know it's $2.75.
I hope it's not a gallon. That's worse. Shooting guns. Oh, I'm about to say I hear the gun.
Like in DC, how you can sit in the car and shoot out of it. Can you still do that here or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You
as a driver, no.
No, not as a driver.
As a passenger, yeah.
Yeah, not as the driver, but as the passenger, you have the ability to.
Can you shoot out to your right or no, or just in front of you?
No, you can shoot out to your right.
Where your gun went?
We heard it the first 4 times.
I know, man.
You say it again, your ass get muted. Yeah. Say it in y'all both.
Did you hear this is literally?
Alright, Will or
what's the curse simulator?
I don't know, don't want to know, don't care.
Alright, okay.
Jeez.
What, David?
Man,
Good job doing your job, Ariel.
That's Ronnie's job. Ronnie left. He didn't leave. He did.
All right, so flood questions because this is about to be over. They'll have absolutely none. They're gonna have absolutely none. They may have a say if they like pass a certain department that actually like makes sense and is sensible that may be added, and like features
what
for
about-
that may
what
be
about-
added. But
Street names, can they vote to like rename streets names and shit?
Probably not.
Probably not,
pointless.
because eventually, it will be linked in with the mapping and 911. So changing it and all that. No.
Plus, the likelihood is they'll just try and name you after themselves.
Yeah, these are not named after anybody. They're legit just random street names that Mr.
Hello.
Wood, he knew I was about to say his name. Picked out and did the city planning with.
I guess we can go on the freeway.
Or my bad. All right.
Yeah, this is literally the person.
I guess, man.
Square, somebody has asked in Ridgeway chat room, how would issuing warrants go?
Ah, yes. Let me show that.
Basically, right now it's sheriffs, but
No. That's just.
You can't do it.
Shut up.
You can't do it on this team.
Yeah, no dick. So basically, if you're a judge within the county, if you're a county judge, you'll be able to issue arrest warrants and search warrants. So if you come up to the front here, you have search records, which is just like, oh, check someone's priors, stop shooting. And then if you have a fine, you pay your fine here, but it's grayed out because I don't have one. And then warrant search, this would only be seen by judicial people. So if someone had active warrants, you can remove them here. So if I submit an arrest warrant on David, so I type Dev Gralius, because you can, the reason why we do custom input is because you can put them out of game. We'd select the offense that the arrest warrant would be for. You can select up to 3. After that, can't select any more. And then you would continue, press submit, and now he has an arrest warrant. Now, if we also put a search warrant for him, we would input his name and input the reason for the search warrant, and we would submit it. So now, if we go into the radio and we do a warrant check on David, or Dev Gralius, it would say he has an arrest warrant and a search warrant. So he has an arrest warrant by me for intimidation, criminal threats, and assault, and then a search warrant for whatever I customly input, which is tagged by our best friend, the Roblox filter.
What would you use a search warrant for?
Search warrant would be, for example, let's say criminal has or is in possession of an illegal weapon that they shouldn't be, right? And then you see them stash it into your car. If you did a search warrant, police would try to capture you while you have that search warrant, and then they would search your vehicles.
And then is there any way to set like a bolo out like on a certain vehicle, or you just have to like do that through the radio?
You would just do that all through the radio. We do have a custom leaderboard, which we're still working on, which will, like, if someone joins the server with a warrant, then it'll come up with like an exclamation mark by their name. And then you would have to run them on the radio to see which kind of warrant they have, whether it's an arrest warrant or a search warrant. Most of the time, you're going to run in 3 different kinds of warrants. You're going to see a server-generated arrest warrant for failure to pay, if they don't pay their citation within 30 minutes. You're going to see a custom one submitted by judiciary, where they have valid charges and you have to arrest them for it. Or they'll have a search warrant, where you have to capture them and then take them to like the search warrant garage and search their vehicles and stuff like that, which will be a whole system for that later, but it's not in now. So now you'll have to force them to spawn their vehicles manually, but we're gonna try to get that out before search warrants actually become a thing. For warrant search, if I were to look up David, which this menu can only be accessed by judiciary, I would be able to remove his warrants if I chose to do so, like that. And now he's no longer wanted. So if I were to warrant check him again, man no longer has warrants. And then let's say he has an arrest warrant. So David, come to the front desk.
Yes.
And we give him a warrant for escape, and we submit that. And
Can Paul get out my way?
Alias, and then we do.
What about like the arrest tool? Would they have to have a warrant to get arrested, or could they just get arrested?
They can just get arrested too. They don't need an arrest warrant.
So like, if a cop was to arrest someone for murder, would they have to have the warrant for murder, or would they have to like have shot someone?
Half shot. Like there has to be actual. You actually have to do the crime, or have a search or arrest warrant for it. You can't just go around and pick up a random person and arrest them. I mean, you could, but it's abusive.
Yeah, you could, but yeah, then you're gonna get fired and you're gonna waste all your time, because once you do a false arrest, you get charged for something like that. Once again, you're gonna lose your job and all that effort's gonna go away. All right, so since he already had an arrest warrant, since I came to book him, it'll say suspect has active arrest warrants. The offenses and description fields have been auto-filled. So if you have them in cuffs and they already have an arrest warrant, it'll fill this all out for you, and then you choose the time. And the way the time's going to work is there's a set time that's on the charge on the spreadsheet, and what the game's basically going to do is it's going to take that time, and you're allowed to either do +5 or -5 from that time. So if the murder charge passes through county council and they're like, okay, I decide that it's going to be 40 minutes long for murder, the cop can jail for up to 45 or to as low as 35. Probably not. Can you run DC? Can you run DC? Oh yeah, then you're gonna struggle.
I mean,
trust me, if you can't run DC, you have a lot more issues.
Wait a minute.
Probably gonna have to upgrade.
National
Even
Guard
like a $150, $200 laptop would run this. So as
Question.
long as you save up for a bit.
Will court cases? I wasn't here. I just got here. Will court cases ever be held in like the game or no?
Court cases and county sessions will all be in game.
Go
They'll
show
have their own
a
respective
courtroom.
buildings.
Oh, yeah,
Alright,
it's a courtroom.
so hold on.
Square.
Paul, can you stop shooting?
Can you blast out with our windows?
Yeah, you can blast them out.
Sir, can you press shift F5 so we can see FPS?
Right now I'm gonna be streaming to like 50 people, so it's not gonna do so hot.
Yeah, it's like 40 FPS.
What do you expect?
1060. I dropped this tower on the ground twice. Doesn't run well anymore, so.
And 6.
I need an upgrade.
Dodge PC. What the?
But I played
I
on
don't
my
have like top of the line stuff, but I definitely have above average.
I played on my 5-year-old Mac. It's still got
Yeah, below average.
which are good.
Alright, so if I'm off team, I can't access police stores that I normally would be able to on team. But this part of the station is a public part of the station, so if they're hosting a court case, you're able to come in here, come upstairs. You can't access any of the offices like of administration, but you can come into the courtroom here.
Do all jobs stay the same, or is each job going to pay different?
Each job's gonna pay
like how it is.
We haven't come up with any of the payday stuff yet. I mean, like our idea is we're gonna have a 5,000 limit, and then like maybe civs will make like $10 or something.
This is literally
make a little bit more stuff like that.
Wait, can we increase minimum wage through the board? Can we increase the minimum wage for citizens through the board?
I mean, probably not. We're gonna do that all based on like actual balancing. Like, if someone backs up something ridiculous and makes it like 15 or 20, then that's just gonna make the game unbalanced. People are gonna like stockpile a bunch of guns, and they're gonna be able to farm on a bunch of halts easier.
Square does Paul pay you?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
David should be the one complaining, man.
Say
This is
literally
DC, and I take like 2080 or 1090 from LV. So, and David, he just loses money, man.
Shit,
he just
tell me
pays for
about
the
it.
site.
Yeah, David just gets notoriety.
This is literally Yo, Eric, next time that man says literally ban his ass or mute his ass, one or the other.
I already hear the mods cracking the belt.
Dude,
Can we make a petition to ban Bernard?
I'm down.
That's not a referendum topic.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty epic.
I think everyone would
deny it.
You don't deny referendums.
Wait, are there
literally-
banks? Can I rob convenience stuff for like money?
No, there's no robbing. Only way you can get money is sitting and waiting.
Can you buy slave?
You buy what? Slave?
He's like,
I mean, David's for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, for free.
Will National actually have an MP? Like, will the MP actually be able to do arrest if there is one?
Yeah, you'll be able to be National Guard without a certification, but you won't be able to make arrests or like dispense certain items like handcuffs or stuff unless you're military police.
If the
Which then
president
military
were-
police will require a certification.
If the president were to come to Ridgeway, how would he get protection?
By getting banned. It's Bernard. If it's Bernard.
Hell yeah.
If it's anyone else,
Any other president.
probably in by now. Secret
But
Service
how
would
is-
probably be in by then.
How-
And they would be
okay.
protected by Secret Service.
Wait, is he
But
hinting
like I
to the
said,
release date?
when the game gets released, like
Oh, he's hinting to
departments that
next
are
term.
going to be chosen.
Uh-oh.
2 months.
Yep, it's before next turn. He said they're gonna be certified by then. Here it is, baby.
Oh man, did I say that? All right, don't take that at heart because I don't know when this game's releasing, other than 2020. We know the release date just as much as you, because after we get a bunch of this stuff done, we have to centralize a lot of things so we can put it in the training center, and then we have to make it all.
That
work
ATM looks familiar. Is that a free model?
Oh yeah, those are free model, man.
I saw
Hey,
that
It's at
ATM was
20
from
minutes.
Liberty County. That ATM's from Liberty County.
Oh yeah, it is.
No, so
I need a
using free
screenshot.
model question.
Screenshot, because I made that.
You know what's funny? At this
Better
point,
back it up with proof.
like I don't care. Like I don't care if he free modeled those trees as long as he removed everything from them. Like it's a tree, damn it.
Yeah, I don't care about free models.
That's a copied ATM. Copied ATM.
Anyway,
When did Wood join?
any other questions regarding this?
Oh,
before
that's
we...
dude. That's a stolen speed limit decal. That's not
Oh my
his.
god! Would you shush?
Yeah, man.
Their tires
Wait
are
a
out.
minute. Can you actually get ran over in this game?
No.
God no, please.
I want to commit ass murder.
I mean, we're not wrong. Imagine just having to plow through everybody, kill 7 people.
I do not want to have any recreations of terror attacks in New York, so please no.
Whenever this game releases, I'm gonna release the scripts for it.
And your ass will be banned. But okay.
I'm already making a script for it.
Oh no.
What? Ask your question, bro.
So
Wait.
basically, if you have a house, that means you will spawn in your house and not at the random spawns.
If you're on the civilian team, yes. If you're a cop, you'll spawn at the station.
Wait a minute. Isn't this in Colorado? Why the hell are there palm trees in Colorado?
Yo. That's the reason why we didn't.
This one has no
state.
location.
It has no location.
It has no location. It's a fictional state and a fictional county.
Because it's our head.
So, what's the fastest car gonna be?
Actilla. Alright.
What is it?
Actila 130.
So stereotypical. Of course, you put a charger in the game.
Of course, how can you not have a charger, bro? What?
What are you doing, bro? You just following me?
Yep.
Yo, you bending it. We're drifting around corners. What is the drifting mechanism like?
Pull a park and brake.
Your name is Square JKL on
Yeah, but what
Roblox.
does it look like?
I'll show you that in a second. It's like if you pull the parking brake.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I can do J turns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yo.
It was a crime. It was a neighborhood crime watch sign.
It's the rich neighborhood.
It's the rich neighborhood.
Yeah,
told you that would be.
You just got put in that one city, and you just got the rich one up there.
I've never seen the neighborhood watch before. They're like this. I feel like they're this a cult that doesn't exist, or like it does exist, but you just don't know. Oh god.
Square. How long have you been working on this game?
Over a year.
Yeah, we can
Everyone
finally
has.
say
What
that,
a fucking
actually.
loser.
Wait, what do you say?
Oh wait, there's vehicle damage, right?
It is vehicle damage, but it has to be shot. You don't like crash into something.
You guys should make it so if you crash into something at 100 miles an hour, it should do some damage. Because I don't want to hit
I
something
get
at
so
100 miles an
annoying.
hour. My car is still fine, especially if you
Wood farms.
You guys correct.
Wood farm.
Wood farm.
Teleport me.
Wood farms.
Wood farm.
Swear, did you actually fix that where if your vehicle hits a wall, it'll stop?
Yeah.
Completely?
Are there other civilian jobs like besides law enforcement?
Not
right now.
No, not right now.
I feel like it'll be something similar to Like maybe there's like a convenience store you can take like orders at from NPCs, or maybe like the at DC how you have the truck, the shipping thing.
Yeah, just not on release. We'd have to add a bunch of protections against it.
Can you like remove these trash cars from the game and put Bloxburg cars?
Nah.
Cars.
Yeah, district attorney's office. That's the county's version of a DOJ, which will be an elected position after the first holder. And it's all outlined in the county charter Title 4, I believe. Or 5 or 6. It's somewhere in the beginning of it. I don't remember.
Devgro, how long did it take for the charter to be written?
Most of it is from another. It's pulled from 2 different real life charters, and then it was heavily modified to fit Ridgeway and the way that we wanted it ran.
That's
Good few fun days of just straight work, man.
But yeah, the charter isn't 100% handwritten. Most charters, even IRL, aren't. They pull from other sources and pull it. But
I think it's like a hybrid Colorado-Florida thing, right?
Yeah,
that's what we were using.
I pulled mine from Colorado, and Will pulled his from Florida.
But
yeah, for the most
it's basically Colorado with Florida residents.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh no.
But oh yeah. More. Anyway,
just worked out like that. That was not intentional anyway.
No, it wasn't. But no, most of the like departments that aren't like state level, like fire and PD, are all basically the same content, and it's supposed to be expanded upon by. Damn, did he kick Wood?
Rip.
Damn, Wood. That's why we're told not to join unless you were asked. Damn it.
Dang, just like Fedora Master.
Anyway, but yeah, so the county board will have to like set out the real duties for like the other agencies besides sheriff, NG, and all that, because they're not going to be on release, so there was no point for us to do it all and make an 80-page document when they can do that later.
Well, thanks to what you guys get to see a live example of the new moderation system, man.
Do cars float?
Real.
Like, can a tow truck pull my car out the water if it falls in?
Hey,
no tow trucks.
No tow trucks?
Not right now.
Oh,
there will be, but not right now.
You can just go respawn.
Yeah. Yeah. They do get disabled if they go in water, though, so you can't like drive underwater.
Get hit. Hurry.
I think a little bit slow, but we can fix that. Yeah, hop on to Palmer.
That's literally the jailbreak train.
No, it's not. You ever played it Rose Scale? Dude, how do people come in here? Do you come in here and think of the dumbest thing to say, or?
Yeah. No, it's just like jailbreak, man. You can rob anything you want.
Man, I think Koronai is gonna get another couple months on his moderation probationary period, man.
Yeah. I feel like
it's one of our
will be
staff.
helicopters, but for like law enforcement. Helicopters for law enforcement at any point?
Mm-hmm. Helicopters
said
will
no?
only be for law enforcement. I don't know, someone retarded.
Yes, it ain't gonna be like DC where stupid shit.
It's not for civilians, there's masters there.
Random every like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's a time interval.
You wanna die?
Is there a way for police to stop the train if someone gets on it? Or do they just have to find their way on?
They have to find their way on. I got a duck.
I don't think that
No time soon. And I have to actually duck.
That's good. Imagine if it was going fast. You guys would be falling off.
There we go.
Like that.
No clue. We don't measure that. We just have them go like a realistic, considerable speed.
Trial and error until it looked right.
Pretty much.
No,
You can outrun it. Yeah, you can outrun all of them. So if a cop's on the side of it, it's gonna be able to get in front of you and catch you. Just like you get on the GTA train and it zooms the fuck out.
Did you not anchor that part again, Square?
This is still the old.
Go back
server.
outside. Oh, it is. Oh, oops.
Will there ever be stamina added to running?
No. Because walking around at this speed would only be like if you're casually walking around. Because like if you actually want to get somewhere, you'd always just be running. And it would be very annoying to have to like actually walk at this speed. Like if you ran out of stamina.
Yeah, especially for people who like don't have cars yet and they're trying to get places.
Yeah.
David, you forgot the duty belt.
It's fine. Oh, okay.
Planning on adding lower end transport like motorcycles or bikes?
Probably
Come
not
out the
prepared.
car.
There we go. Jesus. There you go.
Thank you.
Is there gonna be fall damage?
Yeah, there will be fall damage.
I'm locking down the garage. You can't come in no more.
Wait, so what's damage like for guns? Like if you get shot? Like, is it different damage based on where you get shot?
Yeah.
David, come be our test subject.
For what?
David doesn't want to get shot.
They never revive, and I always gotta go re-get my loadout, bro. That shit's annoying. Oh. Nope, can't come. Aw, you little bitch.
Yeah, I'm better.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, rip.
There you go,
Square,
there's the
somebody's
test of the
asked
guns.
about firearm suppressors in Ridgeway chat.
No suppressors.
I have a question. So, federal teams such as Secret Service has some ranks in them, like VIP or President. Will they have access to the team as well?
Stuff like that will, like President, like if they go on the team without a certification and like they're actually dispensing stuff, they're gonna like protectee role. That's gonna be completely gone probably if they're gonna get added to Ridgeway, because it would give them access to the team, and they shouldn't have access to the team if they're a protectee. They should just be on Civ team and be protected from there.
Yeah.
Or like on like county government or whatever team they have, like county board or something like that.
Well, what about isn't there like the Protectee Safeguard Act where protectees can arrest people attacking them? Like federal protectees?
That is not gonna happen. That is not a Ridgeway thing.
Bro, like
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna restrict the certain ranks so they will be able to access the team. So the protectee rank wouldn't be able to access the Secret Service team at all. Like Secret Service can still access it; they can still be in the group, but they won't be able to access the team as the protectee.
Wait, what? Not the team stuff, the person who's trying to ask a question. Okay. But yeah, no. Protectees won't be able to use the thing because they won't be able to get on the team. So no, they won't be able to safeguard themselves. IRL, if you about to shoot them, the best thing they can do is shoot you back. They can't arrest you. I'm going to the shooting range.
What are gun prices if they've been decided yet? And, like, what guns
for
are
the
available to
most part,
civilians?
The Salvo C911. Here's the Mark 1 of the Stetson. It's based off an M16. Really?
My ears, I cannot hear.
Really?
Oh, my bad. My bad. I forgot.
Seriously?
I have mine off, so I don't hear this. Well, I just hit all center mass. Damn. Good.
But gun prices are pretty balanced at the time. It's balanced on the $5,000 cap. It's like salvos are pretty cheap, and then like the C911 is a bit more expensive because like it holds more. And then like the Stetson is like the assault rifle. It does a pretty good amount of damage, so it's like 1050, and then the shotgun a little bit lower. There's the bat that you can buy. It doesn't require the license, and then like the ammunition requires the license. This is all before you purchase.
Can I
it.
buy bricks to like throw at vehicles and
Well,
break windows?
no. Yeah, the M2 is like the only police grade and military grade. So if you possess it as a civ, then it's illegal.
Just show the civilian.
These all have their real names, so bear with me. But this would be the Mark 1. It's semi-automatic, so you have to click, but it has a 10 round. I believe it's around the same, but it's a little bit lower. Actually, it might be a bit higher to compensate for like the low magazine and that it's not fully automatic. I don't know, I have to check.
Will there be like so let's say I get shot, will there be like a little blood spatter that stays there for like 2 minutes?
There's no blood splatter.
There's no blood.
I feel like there should be. I don't know. If we're going for realism.
No, they might get removed.
First thing you
for
got
that.
is
Yeah. Oh, like decals on the ground of like blood.
Yeah, they don't
got-
like violent crap.
you got blood holes. We got bullet holes though. That'll stay there for I think 30 seconds or 15
30
seconds,
seconds?
something like that. So I mean, that's the closest thing you got to a blood splatter, because you'll see bullet holes. Doing laps around the base.
And that is it. At least for me. I'm not gonna show off everything, but that's a lot.
I have a question on the pistol. So, what is the difference between the illegal pistol and the police grade weapon, the one with a flashlight, like higher damage or something?
No, they're both the same exact gun, just one has a flashlight attachment. The only thing the flashlight attachment does is